One.
I'm Roy Neal McCullough,
Justin Davis.
and this is a Pokemon Y unboxing video along with a Nintendo 3DS XL. Now, I had kind of got away from the series for a little while, but the 3D elements in both of these with the console and the game rejuvenated my spirit, and I really wanted to get back into it. And so, before we get into the unboxing, me and Justin gonna kind of talk about all things Pokemon related. Justin, when did you first get introduced to Pokemon?
Like a lot of people, I was in my very early teens when it was a spread of word of mouth, if you will. Someone in my school just brought up this brand new show involving little monsters you can carry around in pocket-sized balls and just battle with supernatural abilities.
Right.
First thought is just like, what? But I had, like most people, I had to go check it out, and somehow I got hooked just like everybody else. As a result, I ended up picking up the first two original games, Generation 1, Red and Blue. The thing that started this giant juggernaut known as Pokemon. Definitely a very addictive game at the time. And then, of course, they had what I consider basically the fan service, which the yellow version, which is more along the lines of the show's story, which of course blew up. And then, of course, we were also followed that. We had Generation 2. There was Gold and Silver. You can see I only got the gold one here. And it just, you care to take it further?
For me, I first got introduced to the series with the anime probably back in like late 97, 98, and I was getting Nintendo Power at the time, and I didn't know why Nintendo was investing so much time and so much money into this series. So I gave the cartoon a look one Saturday morning, and I don't remember what episode it was, but I just remember I did not like it. I said, what in the world is they supposed to be? Knockoff Furbies? So I didn't understand what it was, but as the months went on, Nintendo was still plugging it hard. And a few months after that initial watch, I tried it again, and I remember what this episode was. It was the episode where Ash had met with this trainer who had built him a homemade gym, and I think he was at like 99 wins. And at his 100th win, him and his Sandshrew was going to travel the world to become a Pokemon master. And I think he beat Ash to get his 100th win, and he left. And I was hooked ever since. And when I first got hooked, I ended up getting the music CD. I was stupid crazy about this music CD. And to this day, I'll still ride through the projects playing this, have all the drug boys looking at me like I'm crazy. But aside from that, I started collecting other games, like the Game Boy game Pokemon Puzzle Challenge, and its big brother console game, Pokemon Puzzle League, which is one of my all-time favorite games. Not just Pokemon games.
In general.
One of my all-time favorite games of all time. The two-player mode up here is phenomenal. Hey, Nintendo, we need a sequel. But from there though, there was a time where I kind of stopped watching Pokemon, and that's when the WB, they took it off the WB, they moved it to the cable stations, the cable network, and then the CW had took over. And when the CW took over, they changed the whole cartoon lineup, and it was straight garbage. So around that time, I kind of stopped watching it. And then they also stopped doing the, who's that Pokemon at about the 15-minute mark. And when they stopped doing that, that was like a part of me they took away.
Took away all your nostalgia.
And it wasn't the same. So I had kind of stopped watching it, but I still kind of followed it through the mags, the magma and all that. And I'm here now, ready to do this unboxing. I'm just as excited as I was back in 97, 98.
Just brings back more youthful memories, just more enjoyable times.
Right. What other games you got, Justin, that we can present that kind of furthers the series?
Well, you've got the Pokemon Stadium, which was basically a big 3D aspect for battling and contains a bunch of mini games that no one really cares about. You had the Hey You Pikachu, which was, in a sense, it was like raising, like keeping one at your house and raising it, except in a virtual world. Came with a microphone for you to communicate with it.
Right.
And of course, there was the Pokemon Snap, which involves trying to take the most exotic, for lack of a better term, pictures that you can to get the highest score. That's essentially the plot of this.
Oh, and I used to love Snap. Once again, Nintendo, Part 2. We really need a sequel. But as far as Pokemon, there was a time where it caught a lot of flack from the media. Terms like evolving is commonly used in Pokemon, and they caught a lot of heat from that from many different functions. I like to call some of them the Christian Coalition. They would come out, and then there was the time where there was a certain episode where the lights in the cartoon made a lot of kids dyslexia, or they just went crazy.
Causing seizures, if I'm correct.
Right, and so it was a time where I kind of thought the series may be discontinued here in the States, but it's still here. It's still here. I'm still watching it. But along with that, Nintendo started, advancing with new games and new systems, and they would do things like the Smash Brothers series. And as you can see on the cover of these, you got Pikachu and maybe like Jigglypuff. But Pokemon was definitely involved in the Smash Brothers games. And with that in mind, I think with the Brawl series, they actually had Red from the Game Boy games, the protagonist in the Game Boy games. In this one, with I think the starters from Generation 1 with all different evolutions for each one of them.
I believe so. Yes.
Right. So, man, Pokemon is huge, and this unboxing to me is extremely huge. I'm extremely excited about doing it, and I think once I finish this game, I don't know what I'm gonna do as far as my Pokemon addiction, because this should carry me on for a long time. It'd just be interesting to know what they're gonna come out with next. I know they got the next Smash Brothers, and I'm sure they'll have Pokemon characters in that. So that'll probably be it. That'll probably be my next Pokemon affiliated addiction, with the next Smash Brother game that's gonna come out. But in the same vein of the Pokemon rap that they used to do early on in the series, I wanted to do something, and I wanted to address some issues in the rap. So with that in mind, I get so frustrated when people mention that Ash is still 10 years old, but don't bring up people like Bart Simpson. Hell, the Simpsons got several years head start over Pokemon, but no one brings up Bart, and you haters think you so bright. You can tally up Ash's age by counting the seasons that half of y'all don't even write. And I be trying to chill and use reason, but why people making such a big deal about him never aging after all these seasons? Plus, you don't hear about other twists in the plot, like Ash's comrades don't age either, like Misty or Brock. The Pocket Monsters don't age, they don't get older. If you ask me, if all the characters did, the show would be over. I surmise they could implement new and younger trainers that could take Ash's spot, but then someone else to be angered. Like the crowd that don't mind him staying young. It's like an innocence to his youthfulness, and aging would take away from the essence. The presence of character growth probably should come with the bonding of their Pokemon and not age overdose. Now, for a second, just wonder. Ash is the old-ass man with the old-ass Pikachu that hasn't evolved into Raichu trying to use Thunder. And I'm just saying, and clearly, there are other things that could be done to rejuvenate the series. Like instead of starting the grand battle and rushing to end it. Because a Pokemon episode only lasts 30 minutes. So do more to be continued so the battles can have more time and use more creative juices with coming up with new Pokemon designs. And that's all I got. But I had something else that I wanted to do aside from the unboxing. But we kind of running short on time. So I think we're ready for the unboxing.
Go for it, man.
Drum roll. First we'll start with the 3DS game, Pokemon Y. I chose Y because basically the graphics on the cart, I thought this legend looked better than the X version. So see if we can get this open. I'm just so excited. I'm just so excited, man. I'm so ready to dig into this game and start playing. This is gonna be one for the ages. As you can see, we got game, we got booklet. Posters and stuff. But yes, that right there, that's what it is. And the Nintendo 3DS XL, I had to get the XL version for the big screen. There's no other way. Oh.
It is childproof.
But yeah, oh man, this is it, Justin. We are here. They got all this tape up here. I am so ready to get this off and start enjoying my game. So ready for a Pokemon adventure. It's been a while since I had one. I thought the games were getting a little too repetitious. Not really evolving the series that much. But when this went 3D, that did it for me. I was sold. I was sold. And I am having an extremely difficult time taking this out of this package. Some of that is just because of my excitement. I am extremely ready to begin my adventure. Dun, 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 dun. Woo! We got cards in here, Justin.
Cards.
I don't know what that's about, but it comes with the booklet. Check that out.
Is that part of the game?
I think so. I'm not even real sure. Here's my adapter to charge it. Oh man, this is crazy. This is bigger than the birth of my child. This is, well, I don't have any kids. That's a joke. But this is just big, man. Look at how majestic this looks.
Bright
Look at the aura that's surrounding this. This right here is bigger than life itself. Oh my goodness. You know what? We just need to end the video. There's no need to even power it on. This right here is where it's at. And just for the record, if you guys want more videos such as this, we would love it if you would like, share, subscribe, whatever. And we'll be sure to do more vids like this. Once again, I'm Roy Neal McCullough.
I'm Justin Davis.
This has been a Pokemon unboxing video for the Y version and also a Nintendo 3DS XL.